So thanks very much for talking to me, Gráinne and Sean. So really what I want you to talk to the new students coming in is about your experience with the dissertation, and particularly what sorts of tips you'd give them as they're starting out now in the process.
Okay. Well, the main thing that we were saying before we came in just was the fact that we had a very large assignment due after Christmas and 2 exams. And what most people in our class did was leave the thesis completely on the back burner and not pick it back up until February. And then at that stage, it was almost getting to the stage where we should be wrapping everything up. The interviews should have been in the process and none of us were. So really what I would suggest to people doing it is to not leave it over to Christmas while you're doing your exams. I know it's difficult with time, but to just try keep doing the thesis as you're studying for your exams as well, because it was very hard for us to pick back up after the Christmas exams. I know a lot of us
and it is hard to start again after focusing on the exams.
Yeah, I know a lot of us just left it, and then it was too hard to get everything was going in turbo speed then.
That's a great tip. Okay.
Probably just more emphasis, like Gráinne's saying about after Christmas, you just need to probably emphasise more after the exams finish that you need to get your surveys done, and have you contacted people now this is the perfect time.
Okay.
Because like we said, we had that ethnic and family tree assignment, and just January just gone completely, and then there's February and you're like, oh, now it's time to pick the thesis back up. So I suppose you just need to emphasize more that it's time to get picking up in your are you doing your surveys, what kind of questions are you asking with your supervisor, who you going to interview, have you started contacting people. Like that's, I suppose that's January is the perfect time to kind of get involved and start emailing people around. And
well, both of you have worked on your thesis, honestly, worked on it like on a week-to-week basis. You would have been doing things, or did you tend to be lumped?
On a week-to-week basis, besides that period of the Christmas. Besides that, I honestly would.
And did you think that worked well?
Yeah, and that is something you need to do. If you leave it, it's too hard to pick back up. And I think that it doesn't work as well. And you need to be meeting with your supervisor regularly, and even just emailing, dropping in, I found this article, what do you think? Just so they know you're kind of still, and they're not worried about you as well.
Okay.
I think that would be something. And also in just picking the supervisor. I know a lot of us even had in our minds who we wanted to have before we even started the year. Because at this stage in third year, you know who you work well with and who you don't. And that's like none of the lecturers mine, they're not. It's just some people work better together and not. So I know a lot of us had someone in mind, and then straight away on the first day went and got them, and that helped a lot because we knew we worked well with them.
You knew who you wanted. It kind of made the choice kind of easier, that you didn't have to go searching from the first day and you're already behind people.
Yes, you've started.
Like, so people already they already know, and then you're like fifth in line, so you're behind. So you kind of need to decide who you want from right near the end.
Okay. Well, that's great. That's 2 great tips then, in terms of finding your supervisor, knowing who you want and asking them early. And the second tip is particularly around January time, that you need to pick back up the dissertation after the Christmas break fast.